Welcome to King's Gambit Incorporated, a learning channel of IPMI International Business School class of Corporate Finance, lectured by Prof. Roy Sembel, MBA, PhD. This time, we would like to share an award-winning book, The Psychology of Money, Timeless Lessons of Wealth, Greed, and Happiness by Morgan Housel. This book is first published in September 2020. In this book, we learn more about finance and investing from the perspective of mindset of human behavior instead of technical practice. By learning this book combined with technical capabilities we have, we hope that we can develop ourselves to be holistically better financial managers, investors, and professionals in managing financial and investment decisions making in more integrated way, both in individual and professional life. Morgan Housel is a partner at the Collaborative Fund, beside the author of The Psychology of Money, which has sold over 4 million copies. He also author of the New York Times Bestseller, Same as Ever, A Guide to What Never Changes. Now, let us elaborate the content chapter by chapter.
People have different attitudes towards money and personal finance. It is essential that understand these attitudes to become better at managing money. There are some factors that influence people's perceptions and behaviors in financial decisions. Housel believes that no one is crazy when it comes to money since everyone has their unique experiences and perception of wealth. There are different people. Attitudes toward money crucial in building wealth and achieving financial stability. A lot of stories of people from different journeys in their life illustrate how different attitudes toward money can affect one's financial situation. Some people are naturally good at saving and investing, while others struggle to manage their finance regardless of their income level. Housel emphasizes that it is essential to recognize that everyone has their unique financial circumstances and there's no one size that fits all solution to financial success. Housel urges readers to be aware of financial bias and to adopt a rational approach to money management. He encourages readers to embrace long-term mindset when it comes to personal finance and to avoid making decisions based on short-term emotion. By understanding this, no one is crazy when it comes to money. We can become more empathetic towards others and make better financial decisions for themselves. Also explores that role of luck and risk in shaping our financial outcomes. He argues that luck plays a significant role in our lives, and that recognizing this fact can help us to become better investors and financial managers. Housel notes that many people underestimate the role of luck in financial success. He used examples of successful investors and entrepreneurs to show how luck played a critical role in their achievements. He also notes that some people are born with inherent advantages that can help them build wealth, such as being born into a wealthy family or having access to education and resources that others lack. However, Housel emphasizes that risk is a critical factor in financial success. He explained that taking calculated risk is essential in achieving financial goals, but the people should also be aware of the potential downsides of those risks. He argues that successful investors understand how to manage risk and take advantages of opportunities when they arise. Housel encourages readers to recognize the role of luck in their lives and to be aware of the risks they take when making financial decisions. He recommends readers to take a long-term view of their investments and to avoid making decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. By understanding the role of luck and risk in financial success, we can make better financial decisions and become more successful investors.
Morgan Housel explored the distinction between the acquiring wealth and preserving. He emphasized of getting money often involves the risk. Being optimistic is one putting ourselves of other. However, the key challenge lies in maintaining of the safeguard of the wealth over time. Good investing, as the highlight in this chapter, is not about of making initial decision, but consistency making of sound of choice. Lesson to learn and key takeaway. First, there are a million ways to get a wealthy and plenty of books on how to do so. But there's one way to stay wealthy. Some combinations are frequently of the paranoia. Second, getting money is one of the keeping of another. Both of them of two of skill, but yesterday does not translate of the tomorrow good fortune and the money successful of the survival. Housel explored the impact of the extremely unexpected event, often referred as a black swan or a tales. The central times revolve around the unpredictable of the financial market of a life itself. Housel deserve on one of the psychological aspects of dealing with the tales event, emphasizing that they are an inherent part of the two financial landscape. This chapter includes of how the individual and its investor can negative and even benefit from this rare and extremely occurs. Housel provides a valuable insight on importance of the reliance and adaptable and maintaining a long-term perspective and of the unpredictable event. First, investing genius refers to someone who can to do average thing when all those around the going crazy. Second, it is normal for a lot of things to go wrong, break, fail, and fall. No one makes a good decision all the time. Third, we tend to only see the finished product, not to lose. Incur that lead of the tail success product, our failure are a big part of the one stories. The author deserves of the pronoun of connection between money and personal freedom. He takes me on a journey to understand the truth of the wealth is not just about the accumulation of the asset. It's about the liberation of the brain. Also, Housel challenge of a conventional notion of the wealth, emphasizing that the financial independence is not solely of the aiming of the large of fortune. Instead of the attaining of the official of security of the grant you the freedom to make choice align with you and value of desire. Lesson learned and key takeaway. The true wealth is not just about the accumulation of assets. It's about the liberation of brain. Second, money greatest of the value is to give you of control over time. While people are now richer, they are less happy because we are now always at work. Third, controlling your time is the highest dividend money pays.
Morgan Housel said that wealth is what you don't see. We cannot see people's bank accounts or brokerage statements, so we rely on outward appearances to gauge financial success such as cars, homes, Instagram photos. Modern capitalism makes helping people fake it until they make it a cherished industry. Wealth is nice cars not purchased, the diamond not bought, the watches not worn, the clothes forgone, and the first class upgrade declined. Wealth is financial assets that haven't yet converted into the stuff you see. When most people say they want to be a millionaire, what they might actually mean is, I'd like to spend $1 million, and that is literally the opposite of being a millionaire. He also mentioned that we should be careful to define the difference between wealthy and rich. It is more than semantics. Not knowing the difference is a source of countless poor money decisions. Morgan Housel thinks also that the danger here is that most people, deep down, want to be wealthy. They want freedom and flexibility, which is what financial assets not yet spent can give. But it is so ingrained in us that to have money is to spend money that we don't get to see the restraint it takes to actually be wealthy. And since we can see it, it's hard to learn about it. Lesson learned from chapter 9 is, First, wealth is what we don't see, and wealth is financial assets that haven't yet been converted into the stuff we see. Second, we should be careful to define the difference between wealth and rich. Not knowing the difference is a source of countless pure money decisions. Do people need to be convinced to save money? Morgan's observation is yes, many do. He said that building wealth has little to do with our income or investment returns, that lots to do with our savings rate. He has a quick story about the power of efficiency. In the 1970s, world looked like it was running out of oil. The calculation wasn't hard. The global economy used a lot of oil. The global economy was growing, and the amount of oil we could drill couldn't keep up. We didn't run out of oil, but that wasn't just because we found more oil or even got better or taking it out of the ground. The biggest reason we overcome the oil crisis is because we started building cars, factories, and homes that are more energy efficient than they used to be. The world grew its energy wealth not by increasing the energy it had, but by decreasing the energy it needed. He also mentioned that past a certain level of income, what you need is just what sits below your ego. Spending beyond a pretty low level of materialism is mostly a reflection of ego approaching income, a way to spend money to show people that you have or had money. Think of it like this, and one of the most powerful ways to increase your saving isn't to raise your income, it is to raise your humility. If you have flexibility, you can wait for good opportunities, both in your career and your investment. You have a better chance of being savings can be created by spending less. You can spend less if you desire less, and you will desire less if you care less about what others think of you. Having more control over your time and option is becoming one of the most valuable currencies in the world. That's why more people can or more people should save money. Lesson learned from 10th chapter is 1. Building wealth has a little to do with your income or investment return and lots to do with your saving rate. Saving can be created by spending less. You can spend less if you desire less, and you will desire less if you care less about what others think of you.
This chapter revolves around the concept of maintaining a margin of safety in financial and life decisions. Recognizing the unpredictability and inherent uncertainties in life, the key message is that no matter how confident you are, it's never wise to risk everything at once. Benjamin Graham's concept of margin of safety is central to this idea. He argued that having a buffer in your decisions renders precise forecasts unnecessary because it accounts for the unknown and the unexpected. However, people often underestimate the need for this buffer, especially in financial matters. There are two main reasons people neglect the need for a margin of safety. Firstly, there's a belief that someone must know what the future holds, which stems from discomfort in accepting uncertainty. Secondly, people fear missing out on opportunities by not fully capitalizing on a predicted future. Another aspect discussed in this optimism bias in risk-taking, where people are drawn to favorable odds despite the consequences being dire. The chapter uses the metaphor of Russian roulette to illustrate that no risk that could lead to ruin is worth taking regardless of the odds. The concept extends beyond just preparing for foreseeable risks. It's about acknowledging that some events are so unpredictable they never cross our minds, yet they can cause the most damage because we are unprepared for them. These unknown risks are nearly impossible to plan for, but avoiding single points of failure can help mitigate their impact. The overarching lesson is that the most crucial part of any plan is to anticipate that things that could go wrong could go wrong. This approach helps in guiding against both foreseeable and unforeseeable risks, ensuring resilience and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Or as the author has stated brilliantly, the most important part of every plan is planning on your plan not going according to plan. The central theme of this chapter is the psychological phenomenon that people generally have difficulty accurately predicting their future preferences and desires. This is known as the end of history illusion, where individuals recognize how much they have changed in the past but underestimate how much they will change in the future. As a result, decisions made at one stage of life often doesn't align with the needs or desire of the future self. For example, decisions made in youth such as getting tattoos or in young adulthood, like rushing into marriage, are often reconsidered or regretted later in life. Similarly, priorities and goals change as one moves from middle age to older adulthood. Charlie Munger, the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, emphasizes the importance of not interrupting the compounding progress. The key to success in these areas in endurance and the ability to give plans time to develop and grow over years or decades. However, it's also important to recognize and accept the inevitability of changing one's mind. Accepting change and moving on swiftly is crucial. The concept of sunk cost is particularly relevant here. Anchoring decisions to past efforts that can be recovered can trap our future selves into living with the consequences of choices made by our very different past selves.
The author invites us to understand how our psychology can influence our financial decisions and cause us to be easily swayed by information that is not always accurate. In this chapter, the author highlights that when it comes to money and investments, we are often influenced by false beliefs or unproven claims. This tendency causes us to take unnecessary risks or follow investment trends that are actually less than rational, and also explores the role of social media and technology in influencing our perception of money. The amount of information and opinions spread across social media can influence our mindset and make us easily swayed by various narratives about money and investment. The next one that highlights the importance of critically filtering information and doing research before making financial decisions. By being more critical of the information we receive and relying on valid facts and data, we can avoid mistakes in managing our financial. This chapter also reminds us to remain vigilant and smart in dealing with the information about money and investment. Gain deeper insight by reading the book Psychology of Money and learn financial management strategies that are based on intelligence and prudence. Morgan Housel also invites us to understand how our psychology can influence our financial decisions and makes us susceptible to information that is not always accurate. In this chapter, he falls deeper into the human tendency to believe just about anything when it comes to money and investment, and argues to us to more critical and cautious about this. Third, the author invites us to understand that finance are an important aspect of life that can affect our relationship with our partners, families, and other close people. Housel also highlights how finance can be a source of conflict in relationship if not managed properly. Differences in values, goals, and financial habits between partners or family members can cause tension and disharmony in relationship. The next thing that explore ways to jointly address financial issue and create a healthy relationship with money. Open and honest communication about finance, as well as building a financial plan together, are some steps that can help strengthen relationships in the face of financial challenges, and learning together about money management and collaborating to achieve shared financial goals. And that's the book review of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Thank you for watching until the end. Since you're watching till the end, we are giving this one book for the free for the most interesting comment below. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment also. Thank you!